Okay, valid question. I don't know if anyone's asked this question. I'm sure they have. I need to Google this after I'm done making this fucking video. Okay, I'm starting to learn about black holes, accretion disks, event horizons, time dilation. Starting to understand that time and space are, two parts of the same puzzle. Time can effectively, hypothetically, potentially bend. Time can slow down to a stopping pace if you get to a certain place in the universe. What happens with music? Obviously, us perceiving music is us like catching the vibrations in the air, the vibrations bouncing off of whatever. So I guess in a black hole it would travel, or the part of the black hole where you'd freeze or where you'd really slow down, I guess the vibrations would also do the same thing and just slow down. Would they bend? Would the sound bend though? Would the music bend? And what I mean by that is, I guess the BPM would change, but the pitch wouldn't, or would the BPM change and the pitch would change with it? Because I was listening to the sounds recorded from a black hole. Obviously, I think that we're just like reading clouds and shit like that, and we're trying to figure out, we're trying to generate how the sound would actually be. I don't think we've actually got a fucking microphone next to a black hole. We're kind of generating it based on light and all sorts of other shit we can actually make sense of. How would music sound if you were, near the part where you freeze? Would it sound, I guess if you're as far away as the source of the music, then it will sound completely normal to you, even if, oh, that's interesting though. So when you go into that place and you freeze to the outside world, people looking in, if you're there and you've got your headphones in, which are literally, in the same distance as you from this black hole, does the music to you play at normal speed and also you fall at normal speed, or what? What happens there? That is a really interesting one. I mean, it might be really simple to someone that has a better understanding than me, but I don't have the greatest understanding. I'm still learning, and that's a really interesting one, because for you, when you're falling in and you're looking out, time's going fast. Like, you see the entire universe happen before your eyes. So does that song end instantly then? Or does that song play at normal speed because you are with your headphones? Or does that song go slower because you slow down? How the fuck does that work? Also, I know all of our organs would be crushed and we'd just die straight away, but if that wasn't the case, if we had some protection, but we weren't immune to the time bending, then how would our organs function in that time where we're, for us, we're laying there and the whole universe goes by and it's been trillions of years? Surely our organs are going to give up. They're going to get hungry. At what point does that happen? This is where I feel like the time bending, time dilation thing is just kind of bollocks. Because I don't know, if you couldn't do it because you'd die, you get destroyed by the extreme environment. But if you could just chill, where at the point where you freeze for a bit, I am curious what your organs would be doing if you were, again, immune to gravity and for all these sorts of forces. But then that kind of, if you keep editing the question to fit what you're trying to ask, then it ends up being what answer do you want, bro? Do you just want to be told that you're right? I don't know what would happen, and we can't really test it. We can just use this logic that we're all agreeing is the right way to think. So interesting. That's why I'm always preaching to people be open-minded, because our current understanding of the universe is us just making sense of what we see around us from other things we've made sense of, and somewhere down the line we could have been wrong about something, or we could be right, but the true explanation, the one that's actually correct, is another thing that we haven't really come to terms with yet. We've just used this assumption. I feel like being open-minded, you need to. But then someone today in a comment section really put me in my place. I was saying that be open-minded, stop thinking the universe has to go by your rules, and he was like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but there is actually merit to being not open-minded and to being factual and really being no, this is concrete, believe in this. Because I was basically saying you don't know what's outside of everything. We've just been given a bunch of elements and we've made an understanding of them, and we're yeah, this is it, this is final, this is exactly what it is, but we don't know. We're just making it make sense to us. The real thing in your hand could be something completely different to what we're defining it as. So that's why I'm yeah, be open-minded. But when you're too open-minded, you end up being a fucking idiot. You could get really into conspiracies that are just bullshit. And yeah, there's a fine line. I'm probably more open-minded than I am, like, I don't know, this is this way, I don't like being like that, because I think that people like that struggle to grow. If you think you already know best, how are you going to continue to improve your knowledge and your understanding of stuff? But then some people that have really studied shit have a right to be that condescending and be like, yeah, well, this is this and this is this, deal with it. Like, I'm just getting into science, bro. I'm walking into unknown territory. But I know I'm just some fucking random stupid Essex boy, but let it be known, my granddad, I think both my granddads were scientists, but one of them was like an actual proper scientist, like invented stuff, made discoveries, made achievements happened because of this guy. So being a descendant of him, coming from parents that have no interest in stuff like that and not doing well in school, I've obviously neglected things like space and physics and stuff like that, but oh my god, how interesting. I bet there's loads of physics out there that's in space that we've never seen before. Just rules that are so far away we'll never reach them or see them, but they've got their own rules going on that just make no sense to us. And that's so interesting to think about, because you're literally trying to imagine something that not only doesn't exist, but like it's something that's, you know, what I'm thinking of could be a combination of a bunch of things that do exist in my universe, because that's all I know is stuff that exists in my universe. Who knows what's out in, you know, the furthest depths, the corner of the space map that's probably endless, which is just insane to think about. I'm really having a bit of a crazy time at the moment with like reevaluating just life in general, and not in a negative way, in a positive way. I'm really feeling grateful because the chance that I get to exist is so slim, and the chance that I get to be this handsome as well, I'm joking, and funny, just brilliant. I just have a new thirst for educating myself about what's out there, and also just like a gratefulness for life. So I encourage anyone who's curious about space, if you've got any questions, just fucking watch some videos, Google it, learn some stuff. You'll get, it's like a new hobby for me. I hope it can be that for more people as well, because it is honestly like, it's making me feel better. It's making my problems in my life, things like emotions or anything, work, whatever, it's making them feel so insignificant. And it's not like I'm having to convince myself that my problems are insignificant. I know they're insignificant. Look at the fucking vastness of everything, space-time, and tell me that your problem, your argument with your sister or your brother, your parent, your boss, your girlfriend, tell me that that's as impressive or as important or as iconic or as anything as just the brilliance of life itself, time, space, everything. It doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna die. They're gonna die. You're both gonna forget. Spend your time on this planet doing stuff that makes you happy. Educate yourself. Enjoy yourself. Look after yourself. And if there's someone in your life that you see value in, you appreciate them, let them know. Love them. Because emotions are something that haven't existed until now, until the last, I don't know, the last bit of time. Think about the 13.7 billion years where it was just fucking rocks and shit. I mean, but that's the Big Bang until now, right? But humans have existed for a bit. Life has existed for like 4 billion years. But I mean, that's not even a third of the existence of time. So there was like 8 billion years where there was no such thing as love. There was no such thing as emotion. There's no such thing as feeling. And while I think that it's better to be logical than think with your emotions, emotions are a rare, beautiful thing that we have. Like, I mean, I feel like dogs get emotions. Yeah, they get happy, they get angry. But we really experience emotions, humans. We really do. And I'm sure there are other animals that do. And we don't realise it. And we fucking use them for fur and we eat them or whatever. We're very nasty people, us humans. But anyway, it's just that we're lucky to have them, basically, is what I'm getting at. As annoying as they are, they get in the way of logic all the time, feelings. I can't work out my own emotions at all. Doesn't matter though. I'm lucky to have them and I've got to embrace them, good or bad. You know, when bad shit happens, it makes you appreciate the good. When good shit happens, get ready, it's about to go bad. No, I'm joking. I hope this video was interesting, insightful. I can't believe I was able to speak this clearly for so long when I'm this high. Mwah.